guys, thank you for tuning in to yet another one of my videos. This one I'll definitely be talking about first-time homebuyer, like the process a little bit, and also tips for first-time homebuyers. I had this video requested and I thought, what a perfect time. Of course, the market is super good right now. It's just a perfect timing for me to kind of maybe push someone to get on that track and actually buy their first home or another home. But just knowing that buying a home is literally one of the biggest investments that you'll ever make in your entire life. And knowing that, I would just let a buyer know, especially a first-time home buyer, just know your property affordability. Just surround yourself with a team, like your realtor, your loan officer, just someone who understands your financial desires, meaning just your budget. You never want to go into a situation and you're just stretched too thin. So I would definitely, that's my first tip, and I would just advise a first-time home buyer to just know, talk to your loan officer. I personally, with clients of mine, once our offer is submitted and it's accepted and everything, is going good and everything, I actually break everything down for them. And it's estimated, keyword, estimated, because I am not the lender. But the numbers are pretty close. But I just break down everything for them, especially pertaining to their monthly payment and what everything falls into that and how much it is. A lot of my clients actually tell me up front what they want to actually spend monthly. So when they actually give me that number, I kind of use that and I kind of move forward and be like, okay, well, this is the price range. Of course, getting them pre-approved. This is just letting me know what fits better for them, and I know how to move based on what they need. The second thing that I would give for a first-time home buyer, I would strongly suggest to, instead of having a 15 or 25-year loan, to have a 30-year fixed rate, because the monthly payments are going to be much lower. I mean, if you really think about it, if you had a 25-year loan, your monthly payment is around $1,500 a month versus your 30-year and it's $1,000. Now, with that $500, you could either put it in your savings, emergency fund, opportunity fund. Or hey, if you wanted to start a business, hey, there's that money, that $500 that you're saving a month, and that goes towards your business. That's your investment into your own business. And at the same time, that's making you another form of income. So you have some extra comfort, because you just never know sometimes what happens, and you always just want to have that comfort and that stability that everything, things are going to fall in place. So that's the second thing that I would give a first-time home buyer about the mortgages. Now, the third thing, it's really not, I think a lot of home buyers don't know this. There's a lot of awareness when it comes down to your down payment. Everyone knows that, whether FHA, VA you don't, but FHA, conventional, whatever loan it is. A lot of buyers are very aware of your down payment. But there are hidden fees, meaning you have closing cost. Now, of course, that can be negotiated whether the buyer is paying or either the seller. Right now, it is a seller's market, so trying to get that across the table there is a bit of a tug and pull there, but it can work. But with those hidden fees, it's your attorney fees, also your title insurance, things like that. Even along the process of the home buying process, whether it's first time or second, third, you do have to get a home inspection, you have to get an appraisal, you have to have a home warranty. So those are some costs that you do have that I don't think sometimes first-time home buyers understand or they even know. So I personally would just give that advice to kind of have maybe I would save an extra $3,000 to $6,000 in total. Usually, and like I'm saying, the advice that I'm giving you as far as costs and things like that, because I know it's totally different everywhere. But here in Alabama, usually closing costs is usually $6,000. And so if you're the buyer and you're having to pay those closing costs, like I said, it's the attorney fees, title insurance, things like that. You have that, plus you have your down payment. So for instance, your FHA loan, right now it's 3.5%. So you will need to have that down payment and also those closing costs. So to be on the safe side, I would just save at least 8 to 10 grand set aside for the entire process, and you should be good. Although I've given tips, a couple of tips that are very, very important for a first-time home buyer, there are a couple things that you should know to not do during the process of buying a home, okay? Please. Buying a home is really, really exciting. It can be overwhelming and it can be exciting at the exact same time, okay? But it is exciting, and even personally, just thinking about, oh my gosh, you're getting a home, you're gonna decorate each room, and you know, it's you're ready to do that. You're ready to buy furniture. You're ready to, especially if you're about to buy a home and it's getting ready for the holidays, you're eager to do it and eager to decorate and have everybody over for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Just hold your horses for a little bit. The reason you don't want to start buying things, I'm not talking about your everyday expenses that you have. I'm talking about big expenses. You don't need to go out and get a car. You don't need to co-sign on a loan. You don't need to be buying furniture or expensive jewelry. I mean, you hold off. Literally hold off. You just don't want to do that. I mean, it's going to cause a problem. Meaning, the bank is going to look at that and say, well, your debt to income ratio has definitely increased, and that makes you a high risk, meaning that the bank just believes that you won't be making your monthly payments as it was before because your debt to income ratio is a little bit higher. That can happen, and also that can disqualify you from them actually funding the transaction. So you don't want all this hard work and you're excited and making this big change in your life to be for nothing. It's just not good for anyone in the situation at all. So please avoid doing any of that. There are like a couple little things that I would say, minus the buying purchases, big purchases. That's like the number one thing, do not do. But there are like a little other things too. I would say just don't drain your savings. And again, that goes with with anything, just don't drain it. You just need that cushion. It's careful to have that cushion there for you. Being careless with your credit, again, that goes with the big purchases. Just don't do it. Just don't do it, okay? Just don't. Also, looking for a home before you talk to a mortgage lender, that goes the same thing as if you're with your realtor and they're showing you a house that's way out of your price range, and it kind of gives that person a false hope, So that's the same thing. I would just go ahead and get approved. And even if you're not approved, which is the good thing about that, even if you're not approved, at least you know what you need to do to work on what you need to work on so you can get approved. So I always tell clients, even if, they're not pre-approved, that's not bad news, actually. It just gives us more time for us to work on what we need to work on for them so they can get everything they need. The last thing I would just say, like the little last thing, I would say you never want to buy more house than you can afford. I'm just really, really keen on never being too stretched too thin, because you just never know what life brings you. And just make sure that you're squared away in all aspects. And again, that falls back on your team that you should have around. Your realtor should be that person that understands your property affordability and understands what you need going forward. That falls on your realtor, honestly. They're there to protect your biggest investment. It's big. So just keep that in mind, and if you are looking for a realtor, just keep that in mind, someone who really understands what you're needing and can actually fulfill your needs. But yeah, I thank everyone for watching this video today. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And I can't wait to see you guys next time.